You could correct me.
Rebounding drill.
Go ahead. What were some of the things that you guys worked on today?
Defensive emphasis. We looked at all the improvements which we made last year, which were pretty vast, and so wanted to reiterate some points as far as that, and also commend the guys for how well we did. Going from 29th defensively to 7th in the league, and how we got there, and all those specific things. So had a good film session to show some good and bad of areas we wanted to work on today, and went through some good.
What was the purpose of we just saw 4 different stations kind of going at the same time just now. What was the purpose of kind of each individual station?
Post defense, some of our switching to some of the schemes behind it. Post defense and shifts, inch outs. An area that really hurt us last year at times was over committing to penetration, and so we wanted to get into the lanes, take away some 3-pointers. So the lovely part about a new facility is you can work at multiple baskets and get all those things done at once.
Some of the things that you all have been teaching Reed as far as defense is concerned, especially being a rookie, there's going to be times where some people are going to try to seek him out while he's on the court.
Yeah, first part is compete and have the edge chip on your shoulder as far as guys trying to go at you, but also ways to protect from behind it, and what we'll do as a team to avoid some of those mismatches. So that's part of what we worked on today, is not only the switching the proper way and the technique as far as that, but how to protect behind it and get yourself out of trouble.
You mentioned the value the other day of a man being able to play many positions. How does that work in this setting? Do you say, okay, I want you to be a point over there, he goes to a station and does something else, or how do you make that work?
Well, on a defensive day, we're switching a lot of things, and he can guard everybody anyway, so that's not as important today. I think more offensively is the way you can use him. We do switch a lot, and he's a guy that can guard multiple positions as well as several of our guys. So it is what it is as far as that. But you still do want to teach some post defense and things like that, because he got hurt at times switching on the bigger guys on the rebound on the offensive glass, and getting ducked in some. So that wasn't as evident today. It's more offensively that you figure out how to use them.
So if it's a scrimmage session, does it just depend on, okay, you're on the court with Fred, or no, you're on the court with Jalen?
I'd say more in the half court. Offensively, we want to play fast anyway, so we have a bunch of guys that can rebound and push, and so we want to use his strength, and that's where he's at his best, getting out of transition and making reads, getting to the basket or finding guys. And so as far as that, it's equal opportunity. Who gets it, rebounds, push, and guys get out and run, but in the half court, set plays, we'll use them different ways as handler, screening, in the dunker spot, and all those things.
You brought in some veterans like Fred, Jeff, and Bill into bring some leadership to the team. Has any of the young guys that also stepped up in a year and a half that you've been here as far as being leaders on and off the court?
Young guys, they're learning on the fly. I wouldn't say. I'd say Jalen and Alfie. They've been here the longest, so they're getting more comfortable as far as that, and they learned a lot from our guys last year that they can implement, but also use their voice as well. So although we love Steven coming in, he's pulling guys aside nonstop already, we want our young guys to take on that leadership role as well.
After 2 days of training camp, how much of your philosophy and your coaching style that you brought in and implemented last year have you seen in the first 2 days of training camp this year?
I think it's just, it's not your first time doing it, and so, like I said, we have these great film sessions where we can take a look at everything we did last year, and so just a quick refresher reminder of things we did well and things we can improve on, and then you take it right to the court, but it's not their first time seeing it. So, like I said, we're not going to skip any steps as far as building it back up, but it's also not your first time learning it, hearing about it, and trying to do it. And so it's just good for them to see it and get right back on the court and do it, so we can, like I keep saying, hit the ground running this year and not have to implement as we go.
We saw some footage yesterday, courtesy of the social team, of a kind of a 4-on-4 offense-defense drill. Kind of what's the purpose behind that drill, and what kind of went into some of the thought process and how those teams were divvied up?
There was nothing specific about the teams. We just split it up pretty evenly with guards, shooting guards, 3s, 4s, and 5s. But the purpose of the drill is to play at a fast pace, go from the defense to offense, get a stop, and the next team is coming. And so communication is a big part of that, and that specific drill kind of causes some chaos out there, and you have to really communicate, get matched up, and you'll be cross-match at times as well. So it works both ways for offense and defense, but it's really a good defensive drill for communication and being alert going from defense to offense.